So I came on because I noticed that the spirit balls were going off when I was not in the room. And then I came back in, and now they are off at the moment. But we got some things that we can do, and I'm going to try something on later tonight. I think they will like it. I'm going to see if I can get direct responses in a new way, in a new communication. So I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, I wasn't going to go on live, but something just told me to. I'm being told to check the other flashlight, so that's what I'm going to do. Check the other flashlight. This one over here. Is there someone around right now? Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're just kind of going a little bit live, seeing what we can get to come through and communicate. Can you hit that other flashlight? Can you turn the other one on? The other flashlight or torch, whatever you guys want to call it. Not that one, the other flashlight. Hey BB, how are you? Alright, so I don't know what's going on. I noticed one of these flashlights, they do not really care to mess with it anymore. So I'm not quite sure why that is. But we'll set that up just like that. Alright, can you turn that other light off? It's on the other side of the table. Oh, there you go. Okay. How's BB doing today? And I got you guys a little bit closer to the action. I'm still kind of setting up a little bit because, like I said, I wasn't planning on going live, but oh, there you go. Okay. Playing with the... That's cool. I'm doing good, thank you. Just enjoying the day, and uh, like I said, I just came in my room, and three of my spirit balls are going off. So I was like, well, I'll come in and communicate and talk. I told them that I would. So you're the one that was hanging around last. Yep. You're the one that was hanging around last night asking questions about everything and how I can do this and whatnot. So now is your time to show how powerful and strong that you are, to get a little bit more engagement across human beings and the spiritual side. So B, we do have a little bit. Well, I need to turn it the other way. We do have, yeah. We do have a little bit more um, energy in this room. Trying to figure out where it needs to sit. There. As y'all can see, the spirit balls are going off. There we go. So are you just here trying to figure out why I do what I do? I mean, it's kind of the feeling that I get from you. Is trying to figure out why I do these things. And a lot of people would think that I'm kind of weird for doing this kind of stuff, but you know what? To each their own. I find it as a learning experience, even though I'm a psychic medium. I still like the interaction and the communication between the spirits and the human beings. Not as much through human beings, but the communication between the spirit world is definitely different. Make sure you give this a thumbs up if you haven't already. It does help with the YouTube schematics of how they promote videos and whatnot. Were you trying to draw me back into the room earlier? When I was sitting at the kitchen table, I just started feeling funny. Like I started feeling blah. You know what I mean, guys? Alright, so I'm going to put a battery in this. And then I'm going to set it up over on the other side. And it is another REM pod. It is the quiet REM pod, the one that I made quiet. Because I don't like all that flashy beeping sound and all that all the time. So we can get a little bit of communication through all different areas. This goes to show you how energy can be pinpointed to one area in one space at one location. It is not just because there's an energy over there does not mean that it's going to be in one area. But you see how that's working. So it's definitely picking up the energy at the same location. So are you a guide here? Are you here to let me know things? Is that why you're here? I'm being told yes. And it's really weird because I don't do a lot of reading anymore during the day. It's usually at night. But this also goes to prove that spirits just don't linger around at night. They can linger around any time of day. It's definitely a guide playing with it right now. I don't like to give all the names and everything. Um, but I'm being definitely told it's a guide. It's one of my spirit guides that are coming through. And I heard that they're strong. And I've been hearing a lot about like the Christianity side of things lately. And I've been hearing a lot about things that are going to be happening in the future. There's going to be something that's going to happen that unalives a lot of people from what I was told. So, and this is all being said by spirit. This is not being said by any physical human being. Can you change the temperature over there? Is that something you'd be able to do? Actually, I'm gonna check that. I don't even know if my temp thing is on. There we go. I do believe it's on now. So, if you're able to change the temperature over there, will you change the temperature? And by temperature change, I mean them using the heat out of the air, the energy out of it's the heat. They use the heat to consume energy as well. And when that does happen, those little red lights that you see in the center, they will go to a flashing state. They will flash red. That means that there's a temperature change. Can you grab that red light? Can you just touch that red light? Either one of them. Yeah, I was just told there's two of them. So either one of them, will you go ahead and just put your finger on top of the red light. There you go. That is a temperature change right there. What I told you guys would happen. You see that little red light in front of the... That sound is a temperature change. Okay? So technically that's a myth. They're not just active at night. That's when everybody thinks that they are more active, and they're not. The Actually, it should be the other way around, Lynn, because if you think about it, the sun and the moon give us energy, but the sun is brighter. It puts off more energy. It allows them to communicate and talk and everything. And that's the misconception people get about spirits and communication, why they only come out at night. They don't. They're always around. You can open up an EVP and you'll still hear your EVP sounds. I mean, more so during the day than the night, because they're able to use the energy that the sun puts down towards the earth to communicate and do whatever they want to. Just like a spirit does not have to be at one location to interact. They're able to jump, or like if a medium or whatever reaches out, they can sense that energy change, and that's why they come. Yep, making that energy change again, aren't you? And I asked him earlier, remember I said, can you make it to where the energy, the temperature changes over there? And that's exactly what they're doing. And that's awesome. I appreciate you much for that. And it is kind of different, because sometimes it's very hard to distinguish if it's a spirit, if it's a demon, if it's an angel, things like that. That's where the discernment comes in. However, there are spirits out there that are able to manipulate themselves to act like they are some one thing without actually being. So that's the caution side that I want to let you guys know, is that you cannot trust everything that is around. Now, if I start feeling ill, or if I start feeling dizzy, migraines, things like that, I know it's a negative energy. And I'm not getting any of that right now communicating, and I definitely was being told that it is a spirit guide that is here. Yes, at night the humans are, well, it's interesting we speak like that, but we are more attuned to the spiritual side, but we are also, can you step away? We are more aware of things at night. We have so many distractions during the day that keeps our minds occupied and just busy, so we don't think about other things. And that's kind of what they want us to do, is to think about other things and not just what's in front of us all the time. Can you come closer? It's kind of cliche that I even ask that, because they have to be pretty close for that thing to even go off. I'll show you guys how close they have to be. Even right here, it's not going off, right? Now it is. And yes, I can feel you. But for it to go off, it's got to be literally like right here. This one here, about the same way. It is a little bit more sensitive that I took those speakers out of it, and it also kind of gives a direction of the energy that you even put out, you emit yourself. So, but if something touches the antenna, it'll just flash. Or like this one here. And I gotta reset it because of the psychic energy. Nope, reset. There we go. So my right hand just got like tingly. So it's very interesting, B. When I read that comment, they didn't directly say you're well or thank you. They just said welcome, and it's very interesting thing for them to say, and it's almost like they've been looking after you as well. Okay, that's the feeling that I got. They've been looking over my family, my friends, and everybody. And they're having a little conversation between themselves right now. They're not really talking to me. I'm just reading into them what they're saying. So, yes, they are able to do that. They can communicate within themselves. But being psychic, I'm able to go into what they are talking about without me bothering them or anything like that. But they are able to do the same thing back. You just got to be careful. So, I had a comment about why I do so many different things during my life. Like sometimes I'll set it up to do this, sometimes I'll set it up to do reading, sometimes I set it up to just show everything in here. And it's because there's different states of spiritualism that people need to experience and have in their life. Um, I've even been thinking about doing a live uh, meditation for people to come in, set up my uh, meditation stuff, let them watch it, let them relax their minds, find peace and harmony and joy in what they do and what they will become, is what I'm being told. I think that that would be a very cool thing to do. Hi, Laura. Um, yeah, I would like to set up like a meditation type thing where, like, it's a real relaxing color background. Burn the incense, let them watch, clear their minds, uh, light the candle up, have them, just natural things that people can ground themselves without being worried about outside influences and things like that. So if you think that would be a cool idea, let me know. I know being alone and being by yourself sometimes can clear your mind and will clear your mind. Um, and it does help. And it goes for all religious practices, you know, not just, it's all religious practice, okay? Every time you go to hit the, that's funny. But yeah, let me know if that would be something that you'd be interested in. I'll have like quiet times. And even you guys, if you guys have questions, you'll be able to ask them without speaking, and they can communicate through the devices themselves with your questions as well. And you will feel it resonate towards you and not towards somebody else. That's the way my meditation um, is going to work. It's gotten quiet. So one thing that I will say, I will not tolerate disrespect or anything like that in any type of meditation um, room. So if any of that does happen, you will be banned. I don't care what religion, whatever. Everybody needs their own time and space, okay? I know there's days where I come home from work and I just want to look at, you know, everything lit up or just sit here in complete silence, but when you get a whole group of people together, that's when great things happen. So I'm actually thinking about doing a session tonight before I go to bed and just relaxing, and I think it'll help people with, you know, everything, their emotions throughout the day. They can come in and talk, you know, in the room if they want to, um, and it'll be like a therapy session, but without the therapy there. I mean, there's therapy, but in a spiritual, divine way, not human interaction. I will give advice, yes, but I'm not going to be. I'm no way a therapist or anything like that. But I know that the spiritual side can be just as strong, if not even stronger, than a spiritual, or I mean, a physical. And that goes right there to show that. Joe loves your lives. He is relaxed. He said he likes there's no chaos. Exactly. Hi, Opal. Yeah, and I want to give advice, but I also want people to understand that I am here to only offer the advice. I cannot change free will. If you do not want to take the advice, then so be it. Um, But I will be here to talk if you guys need to talk. If you have a question in chat, even if it's something non-related or whatever, just feel free to ask. I'll give you my advice or my opinion on it. Um, but again, like I said, it's going to be your decision. Hey Lynn, you want to hear something very interesting? I literally just heard that myself, had just earned my wings. What does that mean to you? Oh, look at that. What does that mean to you in relevance? I was just told that you have earned your wings. Exactly. And it's really funny because after I heard that I have earned my wings, my back started feeling a little bit funny, but like not funny in a different way. Yes, funny in a different way, but it's not in context of hurting or anything like that. It's, it's very interesting. I don't even know how to explain it. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Yep. Earned my spiritual wings. Something to look forward to. Everybody. Not just me, but everybody. You know, and the funny thing is like I told everybody in the past, if I didn't have this experience as opening up and being able to connect and talk to the divine, I don't know where I would have been now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I would have taken that step to not want to be here anymore, or if I would be doing things that are indespicable. You know what I mean? Like, but you guys need to figure out in your life what you need to put you back on track. And that's exactly what I had to do. I had to put myself back on track to understand that I am worth something and that it is worth living and not living in fear and not living in judgment or anything like that, you know? Yep, I get it, and you will. And see, funny, it, or see, funny. Okay, so Opal, there is something funny that happened with you. That's why they were communicating while I was talking to you. Um, but it is funny that you say that as well. Okay. Um, because there was a lot of spiritual healing. There's a lot of lessons that I went through. A lot of navigation, a lot of ups and downs and trials. I will tell you that right now. But yep, have hope, faith, and wisdom in yourself. When you find that, you'll find that the spiritual side opens up a lot easier, a lot quicker. They're here to communicate. They're here to help you, to guide you, to make you understand, to let you know that life is about a spiritual journey. It's not about what you physically see in front of you. It is about, you know, why things happen the way that they do. People have their ups, they have their downs. It's just part of it, and that's why I'm going to be doing that night session. I'm going to try doing it every night when I get home. I should be home. If it is late, I'm still going to do it just to have people in here to know that I'm here for them as well. Um, so yeah, come in, relax, have fun. This room is not for any bullshit. This room is just for a complete understanding of realizing who you are as a individual. And I will be doing something later that will be a little bit harder for spirit, I believe. However, it's going to be either yes or no, okay? It's not going to be random, okay. It's not going to be random things. This is either going to be a yes or no situation. One of the biggest sins that a person can have is doubt, because doubt leads into fear, it leads into depression, it leads into everything. If you have doubt, that doubt is what holds you back. That doubt is when you're sitting in school and you're like, man, I don't think I can do this anymore. That's doubt. That's not something angelic trying to help you out. That is negative energy. There should be not any doubt in oneself. Yes, take pride in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. It's so calm in here, like very relaxing. See what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. You just have to open up, believe that he's here, believe that he's around. Open up, open your soul. Don't just think that it's going to happen overnight. It's not. Although my mediumship did open up overnight, went to bed normal one day, woke up the next day hearing stuff. So don't ever doubt things can't happen, because they will. Too many people want to depend on their pride. And when people depend on their pride, they usually get nowhere. And the only reason I'm saying that is because when you 100% put yourself in a pride predicament, it doesn't lead doors open. It closes them. You'll have to see what I'm talking about when I say something about pride. Pride can be a good thing, but it also can be a bad thing. So if you think you're too good, okay, so for an example, if you think you're too good for a job or something that comes up in your life, that pride's going to set in and you're going to be like, nope, I ain't doing that. I'm better than that. First of all, you got to realize that a door was opened. Therefore, when you say, nope, I'm not going to go get that job, that door just closed. It's no longer there for you. You understand what I'm saying? Watch out for your pride. You will be guided to what you need to do. But again, it's all about free will and it's about free access. If you do not give anything about what you do in your life, you're going to stay miserable and you're going to stay just, secluded. You don't want nothing to do with nobody. You know what I mean? Why live like that? It goes back to the old saying, sometimes you gotta swallow your pride. Yep, you just experienced that with the job. So open up with your choices, your emotions, your thoughts, your prayers, everything, and you will have everything given to you to succeed in this life. He's happy that it remembers what you said. Of course, people remember. People remember the thing. People remember the truth, but people also get hurt by the truth. But the truth is a learning tool. It's not to be misguided or misused or anything like that. That's why I've been so angry lately, is because I'm so tired of people doing the right thing, but then yet getting treated like they're nothing. And sometimes you got to step back and look at that as being, hey, is it a pride thing or is it something else that you just don't want to stand up for yourself, or you're trying to make other people happy all the time even though you don't give yourself any type of self-relaxation or anything. Yep. And what does that do, Lynn? That opens up the door for confusion. That opens up the door for lack of sleep. Throws off your thoughts. Puts doubt in your mind. Makes chaos around you. Makes chaos for others. Puts you in denial. All kinds of different things. Yep. That's why I'm here to teach and to help and to guide for understanding what you guys need to know, what you need to learn to help you grow. Just like I help myself grow, I'm helping you guys grow as well. We might not always see eye to eye, But a lot of these situations that I've been in, I faced on my own, and I had to figure out how to overcome those situations. Welcome back, Opal. And don't forget to ever look up in the sky. You don't have to say anything, but he knows. He knows why you're looking up. There's so much more to this world that we don't understand and that I don't understand. But I'm here, I have my eyes open, I have my ears open to be able to learn about them. Now, if it's something that I'm not supposed to be learning about, then it's not going to be taught. You like mystery? I love mystery. I find it to be very fascinating. But you know what's really neat too? I was bad at all subjects in school except for science, literature, and grammar. It was very interesting. It was like little snippets of my life were happening before I even knew what was going on. You just got to sit back and look at your past and figure out, okay, well, this worked for me, this didn't work for me. I can open this door by doing this, I can close this door for doing this. Um, but keep your thoughts rolling. Don't be afraid to express them, just like your feelings. That's one thing I've done, especially being opening up, becoming a psychic medium. I've had to put my feelings aside to understand other people's feelings. And that was a lesson, and it was well learned. Look at that. You can still see that moving. Exactly. People only want to believe in what they think is right, not what is truly right. And one of my sayings that I always say to even to this day is look at what is all around you. Do not only look at what is in front of you. And it's very neat. The My intuition right now is like through the roof. I can feel all the energy I can feel all the energy. I can feel all the thoughts, everything coming through at one time. It is an amazing feeling. Once you actually open up and let that become a possibility, you will get clear understanding. You will have that eagle vision that I myself thought and heard before, but you will have it. You will be so sharp. It'll be like an eagle claw. You're going to have that clear understanding, and that's what we all want. Thank you. But always keep in the back of your mind, what you seek the answer for might not always be a good thing. You can turn it into a good thing, but you have to have the patience and you have to gain that knowledge. And with that being said, I'm going to end the live here. I feel like it is an adequate time to end the live so you guys can soak up some of what I said. Think about it. If you have questions, I'll be on later tonight. Feel free to ask then. But I want you to, this is your homework. I want you to understand what I said. If it makes sense, if you have doubt about something, a question about something, get it answered instead of keeping it inside. So, I will see y'all later. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, Opal. Thank you, Lynn, Becca, everybody else that's going to see the video, everybody that's in the room that just hasn't said anything. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm here to help. I'm not here to bullshit. Peace out. You've seen it on Seen From Within.